아, 오늘도 한번 일찍 시작해보자. 원래는 엔딩 봐야 다른 게임으로 넘어가든가 말든가 하는데 쉽지 않네, 쉽지 않아. 이렇게 오래 끌릴 줄은 몰랐네. 짧을 거라 생각했는데. 맙소사. 그래도 여기까지 왔는데 엔딩 안 보는 거 좀 그런 거 같아서 이제 참고 한다. 이걸 재미있다 해야 돼, 없다 해야 돼, 이거. 쉽지 않네.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. Well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there. Revelio.
머네. 진짜 머네. 광산
I know what
입구에서
that
로드옥을
means.
만나세요.
Merlin trial. A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. Likely this astronomy table will be best used when it's dark.
Revelio. Revelio.
뭐야? 안 되잖아.
Revelio.
아, 여기 있네.
Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio.
An astronomy table. Should prove useful once the sun's down.
이런다고 달라지는 게 뭐야? 딱히 뭐 달라지는 것도 없는 것 같아. 오히려 시간 낭비처럼 느껴진단 말이지. 뭔가 칸이라도 늘려주든가.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
You said this would repair the chasm between the two of you. How did you not expect him to react this way?
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off.
불안은 아니겠지.
I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it.
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
준비됐다.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
들어가 볼까?
Expelliarmus!
아, 못 써? 이런 씨발. 아씨, 진짜로 못 쓰네.
The door is looking at us.
열어.
Accio! Descendo!
뭐 이런 기믹이 있어.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
영 믿음직스럽지 못한데 쟤는.
I cannot believe
Revelio.
a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward. Revelio.
Still can't believe we're inside a
Accio.
goblin mine.
Revelio.
I've read about mines like this.
Accio.
Seeing one is something else altogether.
We need to be careful, as I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
아 늦었다.
Appreciate the extra work we're doing. Your artist in this at all. If you see a human attack.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through.
아 맞다. 그러고 보니 장비를 깜빡했네.
You have my word. Revelio. We're being watched by a door.
Bombarda!
We won't get through as long as we can be seen by that eye. Accio.
Yes, of course.
뭐 이런 번거로운 게 다 있어.
Revelio.
아 귀찮아.
Confringo. Revelio.
여기 아이템 있는데.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Arnit. See if we can find any plans.
A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite
Revelio.
make it out. Curious. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building? I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
How nice of you to stop by.
Revelio.
이거 참. 왔던 데네.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed. If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building.
Get away! You will regret. Bombarder. Not defender. Oh. Here we go. Defender. Descender. Accio. Oh, this is my bombarder. Expelliarmus. Number of boys coming back this way. Glacier. Bombarder. Expelliarmus. I won't rest. A miss. Glaciers. Confringo. Bombarder. Expelliarmus. Accio. Descender. Defender.
나이스 샷.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Accio. Revelio.
Defender. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Revelio.
이게 다야? 별거 없네.
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
not an entanglement we need right now. Revelio. Revelio.
진짜 별거 안 준다.
Tracy. Confringo.
이거 이렇게 되는 거였네.
It won't be long now before we find another repository.
Glacius. Bombarder.
I won't rest.
Confringo.
One less human to worry.
Descendo.
Such for
Bombarder.
Chill spells glance. Let's get it. That's your best.
Glacius. Revelio. That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
간단하네.
Accio. Bombarder.
여긴 뭐야? 어떤 데야? 아니야. 아, 어떤 데구나.
Confringo. Revelio.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
드릴?
Let's get out of here and tell Lodcock what we found. There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps. Revelio.
어떤 길보다 빠르게 돌아갈 방법.
Accio.
아, 이거구나. 아유, 편해라.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Revelio. Revelio. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
나가자.
Can we please talk?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday.
그 정도야 뭐.
Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal but was unable to open it.
아무래도
She wanted to work
비그
together.
선생의
Miriam.
아내 같은데.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals. But the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
이거 참 고생이겠네.
I hope Professor...
I believe my next brew... be even more impressive than the last. Come by, Spitwin, as soon as you can.
Listen, can you bring that down? Come on now.
You must get over.
Accio, descend. Revelio.
보자. 일단 1호의 방부터.
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
준비된 걸까? 아마 조만간이면 전쟁이겠네. 저 마지막 하나는 누굴까 근데?
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map.
Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
교장 상당히 모자라 보이던데. 그 블랙 교장이었나? 치료의 방으로 가야 되네. 치료의 방으로. 저번에 해놨을 텐데.
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do. Brilliant.
갈릭 교수.
Perhaps a hybrid.
I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful. I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots.
플리펜도.
Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome to do so here. House, just mind the plants, please. Look at that! You're a natural.
와우. 피그 교수. 아직 아바다케다브라 못 배웠는데. 아브라카다브란가? 아바다케다브란가? 기억도 안 나네.
Revelio. Descendo. Reparo.
Something quite satisfying about using the men.
있구나.
Yeah, but Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like
Polyjuice
Professor
so
Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
어디 보자. 오. 늙었어.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather...
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn.
What could the headmaster want?
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what?
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But The injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
내 알바 아니긴 해.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Goodness, it's the headmaster.
도장 진짜 악질이었네.
The headmaster hates everyone who isn't.
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
어쩔 수 없는 걸.
Goodness, you cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
연기 개 못하네.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master...
At Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's purebloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
아우 들어. 어쩔 수 없는 거긴 한데.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
블랙 교수. 부장실인가? 높네, 높아.
Levioso. Revelio.
얼마나 높은 거야? 붙어버리겠네 그냥. 집 방금 어렵네.
Revelio.
불을 가보. 얼마나 가? 아 진짜 씨.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. Revelio. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal.
이건가? 어디로 향하는 거요?
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right.
이것들은 대체 뭐야?
I see. A staircase straight ahead.
그냥 움직일 리가 없는데 저런 게.
Ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
뭐 때문에 저러는 거야?
Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
오, 존나 많아. 들켰다. 지를 맞아라.
Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
빨리 가라.
Now's my chance. That's the way forward.
신비한 만큼.
Carries me. I think I'm invisible.
오, 안 들킨다.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
완전 상위 오하는잖아. 해골자갈에도 못 보네.
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
신비한 지팡이.
I've never felt such power.
아 근데 너무 눈 아파. 씨, 미치겠네 이거.
Depulsor.
내가 간다. 뭐냐? 나약하군. 이번엔 퍼즐 같은 거 없어서 좋긴 해. 나에게 제일 힘든 건 퍼즐이니까.
Bombarder, Defender, Descender, Repulsor,
Defender. Bombarder. Potato. Stupid one. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Descender. Defender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder.
그만해라.
Descender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Defender. Depulsor. Descender. Bombarder. Defender. Potato. Stupid. Bombarder. Descender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Bombarder. Defender. Descender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Defender. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Descender. Depulsor. Descender. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarder. Potato. Descender. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender.
Yeah. 전투만 되면 난 이겨.
A simple stone. This must be for me.
신비한 돌.
You're far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Not.
She's gone. Dear, sweet Neve.
Let us always honor her memory.
We won't be the same without her.
저덕엔 또 뭐야?
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
맞는 말이지.
Remember that as you witness my memory.
어디 한번 볼까? 이번 시험은 간단해서 좋았다. 네 번째 유물.
There's a door.
What you did for your father was remarkable, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
저 정도면 그냥 광인이야. 내가 볼 때.
What are you doing? Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
무식하긴. 아무래도 보관돼 있는 게 저런 거인 것 같다. 상당히 또라이구나. 상상을 초월했네 그냥. 저럴 거면 악종이랑 다를 게 뭐야? 어느새 여기네. 새로운 파수꾼. 마지막 네 번째.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
죽음의 성물을 소유하세요. 인력군의 방문.